So all the experts on YouTube tell you should be making videos on YouTube about what people are searching for on YouTube. And so it's a photography channel dedicated pretty much to Fujifilm cameras. So what are the best Fujifilm lenses for street photography? Might know a little something about that, as I pretty much have them all. So let's run them down. I'll give you a little synopsis on each one of these lenses I have, from very wide, 16 millimeters. Hell, I even got a wider than that. A lens that I never use. I got 3 already affixed to cameras so that you can see what they look like on the cameras, so that when I have a surprising point at the end of this video, you'll see that I'm not talking about some arm breaker in terms of long lens for street photography. If you've seen some of my videos, you know I'm all into long lens street photography, and I think you should be too. So let's start out with the lenses from left to right here, and we'll talk about which lens is best for Fujifilm street photography. Which Fujifilm lens is best for street photography, even though most of these are Fuji non-lenses. Okie dokie, here we go. Looks like the 23 millimeter f2 right there. That would be the 56 millimeter 1.2. This would be the 16 millimeter 2.8. Yes. This is a cookie. This is a Rokinon, what's this, like 12 millimeter? I don't even know, but it's just ridiculous. It just, the pictures are odd. It's manual focus. It doesn't talk to the camera. We'll get into that. This one right here is the 27 millimeter pancake. That's affixed to my XE2 right there, which kind of makes this a de facto X100 something. X100 -2. I don't know what you want to call that. I realize I have my cord for my microphone hooked, and so let me move some stuff this way. Get this out of the way here. Oh, look at this video. Gee, many Christmas. Oh, and I got this one hooked up to a freaking charging cord. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm not ready for prime time street photography video. That's why. So this, well, I'll talk about this in a minute. So I'm very well rehearsed. Just shot with this weekend. Ooh, left-handed and holding it with one hand makes this very heavy. This is the OG, the Mac Daddy, one of my favorite lenses, and the first Fuji non-lens that I bought for my Fujifilm system. This is the 16 to 55 millimeter 2.8. And I did find myself, as I shot this weekend, wishing that I could have gotten closer with this lens. It's, you know, effectively, 16, half of that makes that a 24, and then 55, take 27 of that, add it. So it's about an 80 millimeter lens, and for sharpness, for control in the hand, combined with a pretty significant camera. So the XT4, any of the wide body prism style XT series cameras, this will fit on perfectly. So you can see there, not really too terribly bulky. If you're one of those street shooters that needs to be real quiet, clandestine, and hiding in the shadows, this might not be the best for you. But for street photography, you can get as wide as 24 millimeters. You can get as close as you need to be with about 80 millimeters. But I did find myself yearning for that thing, and I'll get into that coming up. So let's put that aside. This right here, like I said, if you want to go completely stealthy, if you want to go, damn it, wow. Oh, shit. Oh! Oh, my God. I'm glad I just talked shit about that lens down there, because it may not have survived. Why couldn't I have knocked that goddamn thing off? This right here would be the 27 millimeter that people call the pancake, the Fujifilm Fuji non. Stop it. Fuji non, that, like I said, turns this into a de facto X100. So I got the little strap around it because I just throw this son bitch around my neck, and it really is low profile. I don't want to hear the word pocketable ever again, because none of these cameras are pocketable. I don't know what kind of pants you're wearing if you make this pocketable, but this is one of your best street shooting setups if you're looking for a Fuji non Fujifilm lens, and it's 43 millimeters equivalent. So I guess that's, hey, this is my Leica Q43. Q343. Yeah, there we go. I got me a Leica Q343. What do you think about that? Camera's great. Wonderful camera. And let me open this up here. I've done something where I've screwed the lens, the filter on so tight that I can't get it off. So I hope I never scratch that filter. But yes, it's a very nice lens, very, very quick, very fast focusing. I think you would like it on a smaller XE series camera, or any of the other smaller Fujifilm cameras. All right. So my Leica Q343 right there. Isn't it beautiful? And about $6,000 less than what you're paying for the Q343. All right. We'll get into that in a minute. Hang on. This is silver. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I bought this and thought it was black. And it turned out silver. And I've affixed it to several of the cameras. And I've joked about, oh, look at me out here doing some street photography, being all clandestine and hiding in the shadows and oh, my silver beacon lens. But I'll be honest with you, when it's on the front of one of these cameras, it looks sweet. I love the way it looks. It's really cool. And that 16, of course, is a 24, which I've got 24 covered over there with that bad boy right there, which you're probably seeing upside down now. With this, I tell you right now, sharp, fast, and depending upon where you are and what you're shooting, obviously, if you're going to be shooting close-up photography, you got your balls on, and you want to put that at f8 and be there, then this 16 millimeter, aka 24 with a crop, gets you right into the action. Gets you great environmental up-close photography. If you want to get close to people, this is the lens for that. The 16 millimeter 2.8. And I can tell you, I get plenty of bokeh out of this, so I don't have to worry about not having a 1.4 lens on this, anything like that. A lot of you people that need the 1.4, although I have a 1.2 right there. All you people that, oh, you need the 33 millimeter 1.4, that, fine. But if we're saying f8 and be there, then how much bokeh are we really caring about when it comes to street photography? Let's be honest. We're not TikTok photographers, are we? So that's a great lens. It's solid. It's good. It feels good in the hand and looks better on the front of a camera than you would think. Looks better. This video is horrible, and I've lost a lens. I've lost two, but I don't call those lenses. So if you're going to go out at night and you don't want to get close to people, I'll tell you right now, this drinks the light at 1.2. I have a video coming up very soon about some nighttime photography that I will shoot and have shot with this lens. This is it's solid, man. This is a really solid lens. Take a look here. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, thirsty, baby. Thirsty. Drink in that light, homeboy. And ooh, lens flare. So yeah, this is significantly, I wouldn't say weighty, but it feels like you got a lens in your hand. And at night, you don't have to be that clandestine. You don't have to be that secretive. So you can throw that on the front and enjoy the shit out of that 56 millimeters. So 56, divide that in half. That's what, 27, add 27 back to 56. 85 millimeter, yeah. I have had nothing but success with this lens, and I can tell you right now, you will as well. It is lovely, and it feels good, and it looks good. It looks like those old product shots from back in the 80s when we see a camera, and it had some reflector in there, and it looked good in the big, wide-open, gaping 1.2 or 1.4 lens, which you could never afford because all you had was money for a 2.0 50 millimeter. Those old product shots. You Gen X people will know what I'm talking about. You boomers, if you're watching this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, sat on front of a Canon A1, and was drinking in all that light, the reflector. Yeah, okay. Enough reminiscing. Mac Daddy Classic right here, 35 millimeter. Does 23, of course, but the crop makes it 35. Slap this on the front of any of the cameras, any of the Fujifilm cameras, including the X Pro 2, which I got behind me there, which is one of my favorite cameras of all time. This on the front of an X Pro 2 was my first, quote, street setup. Looks great, feels great, does exactly what you want it to do. It looks like a street photography camera, especially when it's hanging around your neck. And that's important to me, that other photographers know that I'm doing street photography, because I'm vain and I'm stupid. But this is, clickety click on that aperture, f8 and B there. You're going to love this. Different varieties of lens hood there. I just like the way that it feels good and it sits. All right, I got to show you. Hang on. I'll pause the damn video and get it on that X Pro 2. Hang on. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. Don't tell me that's not the perfect street setup. Come on. Everybody asks, ooh, what camera's that? Ooh, I like it. X Pro 2. I said, I don't think I've ever done a video where I've shot with any of my cameras where I've not said, I will never sell this camera. I won't ever sell this camera, by the way. I don't care if they come out with the with the X Pro 4 or whatever. I'm still going to hold on to this. And man, it has retained its value. So if you got one, you're looking to sell it, you're going to get some money out of that, I can promise you. But this is great, and it sits beautifully on the front. of that X Pro 2. Let's talk about the long lens street photography, which you people seem to have a problem with. I get comments all the time. It's not street photography unless it's up close. Well, not necessarily true. I'm going to throw some examples at you here while I talk about this, the 55 to 200. And it's not terribly thirsty. It's not, drinking in all the light, but it's drinking in plenty of it. And it's a 3.5 to 4.8. So come on, you can't beat that. Can't beat that. Got on the front of the XH2, not the XH2S. I don't shoot video very much, as you can tell by the way I'm shooting this video. A little dusty there. Let me tell you something. This will suck the snot out of the nose of the subject that you're pointing this camera out. It'll get close, and they will never know it. And then you get that bokeh because you're shooting long range, all right? This will also, quick focusing. I mean, the focus on this, these two working together, I've never had a problem with focus. I can move that single point focus around with that thumb joystick right there on any of these cameras. But I tell you right now, the background, just look at these pictures. These pictures are all taken with this long lens. And I think I shot these on the XT4. And some of these are from the XH2 as well. Man, you don't have to be in people's face if you don't want to. That's the number one fear of street photographers, that you're in people's faces and they're going to... Did you see I just tapped that like I was going to get the focus right? Man, I haven't even had my bourbon coffee yet. So, telling you right now, if you do not want to get in people's face, get yourself a long lens. I think there's like a 50 to 140. Like I said, this is the 55 to 200. I never, ever have a problem getting the shot that I want with this lens. If I'm too close, I'll back up. Maybe I'll have the X106 around my neck and use that. But it just, and I've kept the lens hoods off of all these cameras for this demonstration. But even with a lens hood, yeah, you look like you're out there with a camera, all right? They ain't gonna lie. But if you're across the street, or you're down the street, or you're above and looking down, nobody's gonna see anyway. I'm telling you right now, if I'm gonna answer the question, which is the best Fujifilm lens for street photography, I'm going to tell you, in a world of street photographers that just literally don't want to get close to their people, excuse me, and I get it, I trust it, I understand it. Let me get this one over here. I'm going to put my vote in for long lens, whatever your long lens is. I'm telling you right now, you're missing out on good street photography because you have to get close. That is bullshit. Telling you that right now. So there it is. I've answered the question of the search. What is the best Fuji lens for street photography? Bingo. Boingo. Bango. That's okay. Love that lens. It's just not great for street photography. Nighttime street photography, 56 millimeter 1.2. Thirsty. So there. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you.